here goes nothing, right? Here goes nothing. All right, so as you can see, we got this set up here. Got it on jack stands. Got the weighted socket, which I'm about to use on the crank pulley. Pulled out the motor mount bolt. Probably gonna have to pull off the whole mount, but I wanted to take tension off that mount as a whole, so that hopefully I can pull it later on. But yeah, so just gonna get into it. Gonna pull off the valve cover, all that. Probably pull off the power steering pump completely. Maybe even rebuild it. So we'll see about that. Now I'm excited to see how the valve cover turns out, because as you can see right now, it looks kind of terrible. But hopefully by the end of this, we have it all timed, have all the new stuff in it, and have the valve cover painted a pretty cool color, which I guess you'll see later on, but we'll get to that later. Let's see how this works. That was crazy. That was crazy. No way it came out that easy, bro. What? No way. All right, so now to get the rest of these bolts off, pull that off, and I guess pull the power steering pump off too. There we go. Oh, you know what? I'll take this ground off. There we go. There's the valve turn. Never seen that before. Looks pretty good. I got a tool actually to do the valve adjustment for this, so yeah, that's coming up next. But yeah, gonna do the cam seal and gonna get into this timing belt, so I guess that's next. All right, so I rotated the crank clockwise until the cam marks were up, as you can see there. So yeah, did that, and then the crank pulley, I don't know if you guys can see, maybe somewhere, there is a top dead center mark somewhere there, but that's probably where I want it, or probably the best I can get it at least. But yeah, the belt doesn't look too bad, but I mean, I'm just gonna do it anyway, just for the peace of mind. Plus I'm gonna do the water pump and all that stuff, so yeah. Okay, so got the pump off, got the reservoir out, and got this bracket, this big bracket here that mounts the power steering pump right here. So now everything is open. We're actually right up to the mount, which I'm probably also gonna pull, and then I'll be able to work on all of that, so that should be nice. Okay, so now I'm pulling off the fuel rail. I already pulled off the electric stuff and the, I don't know if there's a filter or pressure regulator or whatever. Pulled that off, and now we're down to the 12s on the back. So yeah, I should be able to pull that out. I'm gonna clean it out. I've already done that before, but yeah, I'm gonna clean that out and get all that back together eventually. So that's just gonna make it so that I can move all this stuff out and pull the alternator out, because I'm also replacing that. Okay, so as you can see, made a big mess, a lot of bolts and stuff, but I got the timing cover completely off. It's just a bunch of bolts down there. I do have to take off the water pump, and I'm also gonna try to do the crank seal down there, but yeah, everything looks good. Like I said, crank pulley's out. That came out pretty easy. Got the little lock pin that goes in on the slot there. But yeah, so alternator's out. Everything is out, man. This thing is looking bare. So now we can do the belt, and like I said, the other stuff, well, obviously the other stuff first, but yeah. That's gonna be it for today. I am exhausted, and I got a lot done, honestly, so everything's a part. Everything's where it needs to be, so should be good. So got this belt off. It actually doesn't look too bad, honestly. It probably was done at some point, but I mean, I don't think it was really done that well. It is OEM Honda though, so maybe not. But either way, the belt doesn't look that old, which is, I mean, it could be a good thing because maybe the engine is just lower miles than I thought. Because I mean, even the previous owner didn't really know how many miles were exactly on the engine. They said probably around 120, but I mean, nothing really tells me this is anything higher than that. Maybe it's even lower, so maybe that is OEM, who knows? But either way, it doesn't matter because we got this all off, and yeah. So as you can see here, you can actually line these up using like little pins. I don't have the pins though, but you can actually line up the cams doing that. So that's pretty nice. And down here, I actually had to clean this off to even see it, but the timing mark is right there. So it's actually off time down there too. So definitely needed done. All right, so all that just drained out very disastrously, but got the water pump out. And I mean, honestly, if you look at it, it's not bad. Probably didn't even need replacing, but you know what? I figured it might be a good idea. So yeah, we'll get a new one in there. I honestly don't even know if this is the right one because it didn't really bolt up properly. So I guess we'll see. Okay, so now that I'm here with the water pumps, as you can see, they are the same thing. Actually, they are both NPWs also. So yeah, really no difference. This one actually spins pretty well. This one is gonna like take some breaking in, but it is brand new, so I'll just throw it in anyway. But this actually probably didn't even need replaced. It does look like maybe it was leaking a little bit though, so there's that. But I'll throw this one in, not right this second, but in a little bit. So now I'm gonna go take the tensioner off and hopefully some other stuff. Okay, the alternator just came in from A Premium, and I've bought stuff from them before, and I mean, it's either good or bad, so I guess we'll see how this one is. But decent price. It was like 140 bucks, nothing too crazy, kind of on the mid-range for alternators, but yeah. So just got that on. Also found I have 2 more cans of brake cleaner, so that means this should be real clean by the end of it. Also, those who know. Okay, got the new water pump here. About to seal it up. New alternator is also gonna go on at some point. I got some new belts. These are not them, but I put those there so that I know that is the power steering, that's the alternator. But yeah, gonna get this going and maybe get it on. Maybe get the alternator on first. That might be easier, who knows, we'll see. Okay, so quick update. I got the crank seal in as well as the water pump. The water pump needs torque down, but I just wanted to make sure everything fits perfectly. Sealed it up with a little bit of Honda Bond on the gasket. That's controversial, but I made sure it didn't really get in the pump at all. So yeah, should be good there. And then the alternator, I can just put in there as soon as I get the bracket. I'm painting the bracket right now. I'm letting it dry because it was all rusted. So I just sanded it, painted it, and put it here. Yeah, so that's how I mount that. And then honestly, from there, it's the timing belt and the tensioner, or I don't know, whichever order that goes in, but yeah, from there, that's really it. Okay, so finally, the alternator is in the bracket. I mean, this is kind of chopped, but whatever. I just wanted it to not be rusted, so whatever. But yeah, all clean down here. Like I said, the seal is in, the water pump is in, needs torqued, like I said. And then this is still loose. All these bolts are still loose, basically. But cams are kind of where they need to be. Crank is kind of where it needs to be, so we're just keeping everything in the range until I have to set it perfectly before I decide to actually put the belt on and everything, which is the next step. So that's probably what I'll do tomorrow morning. And then honestly, if I do that, I can just start buttoning this thing back up. And actually, maybe I can have it done tomorrow. But yeah, so that's great. Actually, you know what? No, I won't have it done tomorrow. I'll have it done probably like Thursday or Friday, which sucks because that's like 3 days from now. But waiting on literally just the crank bolt, but that's it. I still got to do all the paint work and everything for the valve cover, and I also have to do the valve adjustment. So, and if I can just make sure everything is done right, kind of double check everything, it should run pretty well. So, I mean, I don't even know if it really needed all of this. The belt looked good, everything looked good. It just, I couldn't get it timed right before, so I figure I might as well just do it all at once and do the alternator too, because why not? But that's all for today. I'm gonna jack this motor back up. Okay, so I was trying to figure out how I was gonna lock these cams, right? Because the tool that I got at AutoZone didn't really work that well, and you kind of need like a custom little something to put in there, which they make, but I don't feel like buying one and waiting for it to come in. So I was watching some videos and I did find out that obviously this this hole right here is like where the cam kind of locks in at top dead center, as long as you can get something in there to hold it. Now, usually that would be like a 5mm rod. I believe that's the bore, and it would go the whole way down and lock it there. So I was looking stuff up on ChatGPT, of course, you know. So I just found a 13/64 bit, and this is just like a $4 set from Harbor Freight. I got 2 of these so I could have the bit, but literally it fits right in there. Like you clock the cam a little bit because obviously it's a little off and it's going to start fighting the spring. So you just clock the cam a little bit and put the drill bit down through because it has the smooth other side. So that's actually a tip that ChatGPT gave me, and I kind of wanted to test it because I couldn't find the exact metric size, so I decided to test this, and it actually works perfectly. So as you can see, there's no movement in the cam. Normally it would slip back because it's fighting the valve springs, but in this case it's not. So that means I can lock these in, and the only thing that I'll have to worry about is the crank down there, which I actually don't have the pulley thing on it anyway, so we'll see. But yeah, so get this locked in and see what I can do. Got the cam gears off because I realized I had these seals to replace too, so I might as well do that. It wasn't too bad. Like I said, I had them locked, so I just hit them with a breaker bar real quick. Didn't put too much tension on them. Wasn't really too bad, just came right off. And they have keyways to lock them back in, so you don't really have to worry about that. All right, so as you can see, we're at about top dead center there. And then up here, we're at top dead center with the cams, so that's good. Timing belt is on. I actually just torqued down the tensioner, so everything looks good. Got about that much slack in it, not too bad, and that should be it. I mean, I'm done with it now. I'm torqued down the water pump, torque down the tensioner, and yeah, I mean, that's really about it for the belt. Now time to get everything else back in. Also cut myself. When I had the drill bits sticking out like this, I like reached over and just sliced my finger right on one. So yeah, that's fun, but oh well. Got it done, I think. Okay, we got the valve cover set up on the board. We got some aircraft paint remover here, you know, and then we're just gonna spray it down. I have a whole can of this, literally just for this job, so I really don't care. Yeah, okay. I thought maybe this were rubber. This aren't rubber. Good. Okay. Yeah, so let's get the thing kind of soaked up with it. Like I said, I don't really care to use this too sparingly. I just want this to get off of here because I just want it to look good when it's done. So okay, so now I got the valve cover all stripped, sanded for the most part. It's pretty rough, but I'm gonna primer over it as soon as I like clean it up with some brake cleaner. Primer over it, and yeah. I probably should cover some of these holes and stuff, so I'll do that, I guess, but I'm gonna get to it soon. Okay, so I got it all taped up. I just put a piece of tape and then ran a razor blade around the edge of each of these and covered that up. Covered up the oil and the little breather there. I'll probably plug this valve here. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm gonna wipe it down with alcohol one more time, and then that should be ready to prime. Okay, so completely ready to prime that up. So I'm gonna get that going, take my time with it, and let you know when I'm done. Okay, so the first couple coats came out a little weird. I don't know if I didn't shake the paint enough or something, but I got a lot of bubbles and it's kind of like discolored, so I'm gonna hit it again. But I actually wet sanded these bubbles. Probably shouldn't have done it as hard as I did, but I wanted to get it back down to basically metal so I can just coat it again. But it's not bad. I mean, there's still a coating on it, so looks a little better now. I also kind of carved out a little in between the letters with one of these little picks kind of things. Actually, it's this one, but yeah, because I want to sand over that when I'm done, but I don't want it to have like it had like paint and primer and everything down in between the letters. So I'm just carving that out now so I can hit it again and not have to worry about that. But yeah, it's actually not too bad. It looked worse when it was wet, and then it dried a little better. It just had some bubbles. So all right, so right now we're in pretty low light, but honestly it looks way better. No clear coat yet, but I used the whole can of paint. I also did the side covers too. That one looks a little whatever, but it was kind of mangled before, but that one looks perfect. This is looking good. And it's been about 15 minutes since I did the last coat of paint on this, and I want to do the clear pretty soon after because it has to kind of work with the paint to actually make the metallic coating I want. So I got this Clear Effects like metallic multicolor effect. Hopefully it works. I guess you can add it to pretty much any color and it'll just enhance it maybe. I don't know. It actually looks pretty good right now, so hopefully it doesn't make it look all weird. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. There are definitely some spots where it could have been better, but for a spray can job, that's pretty much the best you're gonna get. but it looks really good right now. So I'm gonna get this all, I guess, clear coated and see how that looks. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did go ahead and do a few things. I painted this and put these timing covers on, put the crank pulley on. The bolt I got was for, it ended up being for like a Honda Odyssey or something. I don't know how I ended up doing that, but I was just ordering it in a rush, I guess. So ordering a new one of those, but that's fine because I need a new, sorry I'm being quiet because it's like, I don't know, 11 p.m. right now, but yeah, need a new bearing for in here. This is my power steering pump. I already took this back piece off, did all the seals in there. Hopefully those hold up well. But yeah, looks like right here. And I actually don't have snap ring pliers either, so I'm gonna have to get some. But the real thing here is the valve cover. So this is actually a little bit dirty right now, but it's not complete. I took the tape off. There's like some, I think, power steering fluid on it, but looks a lot better when it's like clean and in the sun. But yeah, we'll get that going. I'm also getting a billet oil cap, bunch of other stuff. But yeah, so this is basically the last piece now. I have everything else in. That's an IC light, of course, and the pen, you know what it is. But yeah, got the fuel rail painted and in there, and it's really coming together. So oh yeah, this is honestly, this looks really good. So it's gonna have some time to sit and actually cure, but I figured I'd just put it all on right now. I still have to tighten this down when I get the new bolt, and then do the belts there, and then put the power steering pump, do the other belt, tension everything, make sure it's all good. This should be pretty good. Everything's at top dead center right now, and I guess you can't tell, but my crank pulley, yeah, you can't tell, but I made sure to align that so that everything's should be on time and everything. And yeah, I rotated it a couple times. Everything feels pretty good. So yeah, it looks really good right now. So, little update, another week later. Got the mount in. It's not like torqued down, but I tightened it down as much as I'm comfortable with. That's what I've been doing on these. And yeah, as you can see, the brackets in here, everything's in. The serpentine belt, alternator belt down there is in. Hopefully not too tight, but I mean, if it is, I guess I'll just adjust it back there. But hopefully this is good. So this is what I've been looking at. And I've been like looking at videos, seeing what, people's tensions are on their belts, and this seems fine. So the feeler gauge that I got is kind of cheap. The whole kit, I got was cheap. So this is just like kind of within the specs, I guess. Like that's like a decent spec, maybe a little loose, and this one's good. And the 0.07 inches is for the exhaust side. So as you can see here, we have we have resistance there. So that's pretty nice. That's within spec for sure. And then pretty much same thing here. Maybe a little looser on this one, but honestly, like if you look at it all, not too bad. So I'm gonna go through all of these. But so far, I mean, I did these ones, yeah, and these ones, and pretty within specs. So hopefully they stay that way. I know some of the videos I watched, the left ones kind of get tighter. So maybe we'll see. Maybe these ones will get looser. Who knows? Yeah, I'll let you know how that all goes. Like honestly, bro, the valve cover is already chipped when I put it on, so it's like, it's gonna look kind of like thrown together, but it's gonna look better than it did, and that's all that really matters. When I actually redo this eventually, obviously engine's getting pulled and everything, but for now I just want it to look good, take it to some car meets, you know, pop the hood and not be embarrassed to show off my crusty valve cover. So that's about it, man. Next is obviously get that in, but today I think I'm gonna finish up this valve adjustment and probably call it a day there, and maybe do the gasket tomorrow, valve cover hopefully, and hopefully I can kind of neglect the power steering for now and just start it up. I think I can, but hopefully it doesn't like spew fluid anywhere or ruin the power steering. But at this point, it's kind of whatever. I just want to see this thing run and see if it runs right, because these belts are kind of stressing me out. Like that one I know is probably too tight. This one I really hope is not too tight, because this one I can't adjust once it's in. So it's enough yap for now. This is a very common sweatshirt. It's finally sweatshirt season, so I guess we'll see what happens when I get this all done, maybe, hopefully. I mean, cam seal's done, looks good. As well as like I cleaned up all this, so like it just looks so much better than it did before. But I guess we'll see how it all turns out. It really, I don't care how it looks as long as it runs well. But yeah, so far this head actually seems pretty in spec, so hopefully it stays that way. Okay, next day. Now I got these seals in, got the valve cover gasket in, cleaned everything up, and it's ready to be put on. I just need to put some Honda Bond on these corners here, and we should be good. Valves are all adjusted. I actually did them last night, but as you saw, I had a few beers, so I did it perfectly. There's only like one that I had to adjust again, but yeah, all within spec, all feel pretty good. The clearances are all good, everything is good. So I'm gonna throw some Honda Bond on that gasket, and yeah, I guess throw it back on here. Okay, so I put some Honda Bond on these corners. This might be a little too much, might be too little. Not sure, because I've never done this, but I mean, if it like seeps out the sides, you know, I guess then I'll just wipe it off. But hopefully that seals. I mean, if it doesn't, I'll just redo it, I guess. But yeah, that's what we're going with. So I guess I'm gonna throw it on there. Okay. I hope that's where it needs to be. I think it is. That's what we're going with. All right, so I'm gonna go over a little bit of a video checklist here. Doing the coolant now. The alternator belt is tight, and alternator is tight. Ground and sensor are on there. Fuel is all tightened down. Sensors are all good. Valve cover's tightened down. Vacuum hoses, everything all in there. Power steering is capped off here and here, so I don't think there should be an issue. Left off the power steering hose, or hose, the hell am I saying? Left off the power steering belt for now. Yeah, water pump, like I said, is all good under there. Timing belt. All right, my phone's like out of storage, so hopefully it picks this up. I don't know what it just got, but everything's good. Should be tightened down, so I'm gonna add some coolant. I guess start it up. I'm a little nervous, just a bit. So I really don't have enough coolant right now to just fill it up, so I'm just gonna start it up and make sure everything works. I'll go pick up some more coolant in a minute. But I just wanna make sure it like runs and everything. So I'm a little nervous, eager, whatever. So I gotta get this battery on and start it up. All right, man, you know what? Here goes nothing, right? Here goes nothing. squealing. Wow. Okay. Okay, so I'm pretty happy. There's, as you can see, there's a little bit of surge right now. It's kind of annoying, but it was kind of doing that before. There might just be a leak somewhere, but either way, yeah, so watch this. Put the windows down, up, down, both of them at the same time, all the way up. Put the roof. Rev it. I mean, dude, it sounds amazing. It's feeling amazing. Wow, man. Wow. Like, just listen to this. Seriously. Holy shit. This was one of the very few things that I needed to put in. So, I think I mentioned this one was destroyed by me. So, got a new one. Pounded it in with the old one. That was actually kind of clutch. And now I'm going to paint the outside of this. And, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, this should be the last thing to go on. This and the new crank bolt. So that I'm gonna have to actually lower the motor again for, I don't wanna have to do that, but oh well. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to get this all done in the next couple hours. I just realized these videos probably weren't in 4K, but yeah, this thing's been sitting for weeks, man. It sucks, but new OEM Honda B-Series bolt. Oh geez, I hit shoulders today, man. My shoulder hurts. Yes. Oh, can't even put the camera in the right spot. But yeah, so take this. I use this weighted socket. I think it's honestly great. You can find these on Amazon for 20 bucks along with a pulley locker, which I will have to use here in a minute. I'll show you why. Yeah, so for now, I'm gonna risk it and just throw this on and hope it doesn't rotate the crank. It shouldn't, but we'll see. So I hit it with a few of those. It is like 8 p.m., so I feel bad doing that, but I kind of have to. But yeah, so now I can lock it and torque it with an actual torque wrench. I mean, I really don't care, because that was not coming off with even this before. I had to use the weighted socket, so I mean, I might not even use this, but we'll see. But yeah, have to do this, put the motor back in. I took the mount back out, so I'm gonna have to put it back in, put the power steering pump on, and it's good. The alternator's tensioned right. That was an issue a little bit ago. It was squealing, so I just took the belt back off, cleaned the pulleys with some brake cleaner, cleaned the pulley itself. That's where we're at. This does look pretty damn cool. Looks a lot better, so I keep saying that, but it's true, man. And also, I've been like leaning on this and just, I don't know. It needs to just get back on the road is what needs to happen. All right, so this is the lock that I was talking about. It allows you to get a socket in there and torque that. I have it lodged against the frame right now, and I have this here so it doesn't, like, just zip tied there so it doesn't fall off. I need to do something about this frame, man. It's sad, but yeah. So got that locked, and I guess I'm gonna try to torque it. I mean, you know, like whatever. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I'm gonna be totally honest, man. This thing worked, kind of. I think it was at the right torque, but I honestly just gave it a couple more of these. Cause like, whatever, you know? I have the weighted socket. I mean, it got it off before. It was pretty damn tight on there. It was actually harder the second time than the first time when I torqued this old one down just to start it up, but yeah. Bro. That feeling when you just get the project car done and you gotta go in Walmart in the last 10 minutes that it's open and get oil. I'm gonna get, I want the high miles. Well, all they have is high mileage, 10W30, whatever. I guess it's technically high miles, but I need power steering fluid. And then I'm gonna go get maybe some clips of the car. Not like running really, maybe unless I'm like in it. But I don't have like anyone to film for me. It's also like 10 p.m. So yeah. All right, so I'm out here at a very packed Sheets, taking basically some TikToks of the car. TikTok's staying, so guess that means I gotta up my content. Just hit like 200 followers. One of my videos, like, it didn't like blow up, but it just keeps bringing in people. So I've been like trying to post a little more. But yeah, let's just say it pulls harder than it did. Not like insanely, but when it's like wide open throttle, you can feel like it just breathes better. It's just firing a lot better at high RPMs, which is obviously valve adjustment, right timing, everything. That is all gonna help it a lot. So here's what it looks like now. People are like watching me film this, but honestly, bro, I've been working on this for like 4 hours now, and like a month altogether. So yeah, valve cover looks good. Looks real nice, man. I'm real happy with it.